All right, I'm good at computers. This slide just says ... in my speaker notes, which I think means I'm not supposed to say anything. Oops. My name is Ollis. Some of you may be aware of me. I'm a retro programmer. Although to be clear, when I started my career last century as a programmer, Perl wasn't considered a retro programming language. And in my dwindling supply of free time, I like to play retro video games. Although, again, to be clear, when I started playing these games last century, they weren't considered retro. So this is my favorite console, the Nintendo Entertainment System. Yeah, all right, in the house. A lot of retro gamers, they prefer the 16-bit Nintendo as the greatest console ever, but for my money, the original 8-bit plays the best games. The problem with the original NES is that it has this highly unreliable ZIF cartridge slot and lockout chip, both of which tend to glitch, making the console unusable, even when you're playing legitimate licensed Nintendo games. By the way, time for a quick PSA. Don't blow on the cartridge contacts. Everyone knows that fixes them, but most likely just ejecting it and putting it back in is what really fixed it. And blowing your spittle on those contacts in the long run is just going to make the problem much worse. So yeah, I had gotten myself this new old stock CRT television that for that accurate 1980s retro gaming vibe, and I was spending a lot of time cleaning cartridges without spittle, just so you know. But it was still super unreliable just because of these design flaws. And I was in the market for a NES alternative. In 2024, the main alternatives to a real NES are usually consoles that either emulate a NES or in software, or they're an FPGA, which is sort of the hardware equivalent. They don't quite do 100%, like there's some things that they don't do quite like the real thing. And usually nowadays they output to HDMI, which doesn't work with my old TV. So I ran into this solution, and this is the Tiny Nostalgic Evocation Square, or TinyNES, which I think is a pretty clever name. And if you pronounce it really quickly, it sounds like tininess. So what does this have to do with Perl? Well, nothing really. I just like to hear the sound of my own voice. But like Perl, this is actually open source, so you can, in theory, download the plans and build it if you're not a software person like me. And also, like Perl, it has like a backronym to justify its name after the fact. And also, like Perl, it has retro modern parts. So if you open this thing up, you can see in this picture, you can see the for real 6502 processor and the for real PPU, which is like the graphics processor, I guess. Again, I'm not a hardware person. Is what was used in the real NES. So this has extremely high quality, 100% like reproduction. And crucially for me, if you look on the back side, it has these funny old-fashioned things that I can plug into my TV. So, and just to give, I want to show the size comparison. It's about the same size as the cartridge. Oops. So to review, not emulation, FPGA, it's small. It supports Famicom cartridges, which is if you like to import those things from Japan. And I haven't gotten to work with the Famicom disk system, so you might still need a Famicom if you want to do that. So yeah, buy one today. I think they're still available on this website. I don't get any kickbacks or anything. I just really love this console. And if you have any questions, track me down while I'm here, or ping me on the Mastodon, the elephant site. I don't know what we're calling it now. Oh, and by the way, I work at Fastly, and we're hiring. We're always hiring. But we're actually currently hiring for my elite team of Perl and Go programmers. So if you enjoy working on interesting problems for CDNs and things like that, please track me down and yeah, ask me whatever questions you're interested in. Thank you.